Alright, I made calzones recently, and now it's time for its younger brother to take a step into the spotlight. Today, we are making a pesto chicken stromboli. So the first thing you're going to want to do is make some pizza dough, but you've seen me make pizza dough a million times on this channel, so do you really want to see me make it again? Anyway, as usual, I'll put that recipe in the description box below, and now I'm taking a chicken breast, which I tenderized, and I'm putting it in a Ziploc bag, and I'm making a marinade for this. And I used some olive oil, lemon juice, balsamic vinegar, some dried oregano, dried rosemary, and some salt and pepper. And I'm just going to toss that around in this bag, and I'm just going to take it, fold it up, get all the air out, and I'm going to leave this in the fridge overnight. The next day, I preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I baked my chicken for 30 minutes. And then after it was done, while it was still hot, I put that in a bowl, I took 2 forks, and I pulled the chicken. That sounded so much better in my head. Anywho, after that's all done, we're going to just add a little bit of barbecue... Hi, what are you doing? No. No barbecue sauce. The heck you thinking, man? Sorry about that. Next up, we're going to make our pesto, and this is going to be the easiest thing you make. We're not going to use any sort of blender for this. We're just going to continue chopping it with a chef's knife. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to add my garlic and my olive oil to this. And you're probably wondering, what about the chestnuts? Well, this is just a personal preference. I'm not a huge fan of chestnuts in my pesto. I never really liked it that much, which is why I prefer to make my own pesto rather than getting it in a jar. But when you keep adding all these ingredients together to get the consistency that you want, your pesto will be done. And I like mine to look kind of like this. It's kind of pasty, but it's also kind of chunky. Also, be sure to add salt to taste. Next, I'm preheating my oven to 550 degrees Fahrenheit. I have a pizza stone in the oven, and I'm just going to stretch out my pizza dough with a rolling pin. And you just want to roll this out until it's a large, flat oval or rectangle. And now we're going to spread all of our pesto that we made onto the pizza dough. Make sure you leave some space on the edges like I'm doing so that it's easier to roll. And next we're going to add our chicken, and then we're going to add one of my favorite ingredients, black olives. If you don't want to use black olives, you don't have to. You can add whatever you want. Next I'm adding some Parmigiano-Reggiano, that's right, the good stuff, and some freshly shredded mozzarella. And I'm just going to roll this up best as I can. And since my pizza stone is kind of small, I am going to have to curve my stromboli a little bit, and if you have to do that, that's totally fine. Be sure to crimp up the edges of your stromboli so that nothing comes oozing out of the ends, and we're going to score the top of this so that it bakes more evenly. Next, I'm putting this on my pizza peel that I coated with a little bit of fine cornmeal, and I'm just going to spread some olive oil on top of this, and this will help it brown easier in the oven, especially on that pizza stone. And in about 7 or 8 minutes, your stromboli will come out perfectly golden brown. And there it is. There's the stromboli, but we're not done yet. I'm going to put on some more freshly grated Parmigiano-Reggiano. And this adds a little bit more saltiness, but great flavor, and some parsley on top. This is dried parsley. You can use fresh if you'd like, but I'm mostly doing it for a garnish. And before I slice into this thing, I gotta show you a stromboli that I made last week. Most recipes will tell you to use a baking sheet lined with parchment, and the results were not very impressive. So please, think about getting a pizza stone. Otherwise, you won't get that amazing crispiness and that better cross-section. And I think it's very safe to say that this was amazing. This is, in like my top 3 of things that I've made. I'm definitely making this again. I wouldn't change a thing, but obviously the choice is yours when it comes to fillings. So, guys, make a stromboli today. You will not be disappointed. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoy this one. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.